Welcome back to Beat the Odds Sports. This weekend, all eyes turn to Columbus, Ohio, where the Texas Longhorns and the Ohio State Buckeyes meet in one of the biggest opening games college football has seen in years. The Horseshoe will be rocking on Saturday night as two powerhouse programs, ranked number one and number third in the country, square off in a rematch of last year's college football playoff. Last season, Ohio State eliminated Texas in the semifinal, before rolling on to capture the national championship. This time, the Longhorns come in on top of every preseason poll, led by quarterback Arch Manning, the most talked about player the sport has ever seen. The Texas Longhorns head coach Steve Sarkisian has built a complete roster in his fifth year at the helm. Texas finished 13-3 last season, and though they fell short in the playoff against these same Buckeyes, the ingredients are there for another deep run. The defense was ferocious in 2024, second in the nation in scoring defense at just over 15 points per game and producing 46 sacks. Edge rusher Collin Simmons, who had 9 sacks as a freshman, headlines a front that overwhelms opponents. On offense, Texas put up 33 points per game and more than 430 yards a contest. The passing attack was lethal with 40 touchdown throws. But the offensive line did give up 37 sacks. That's one area to watch closely against Ohio State's pass rush. And then there's Arch Manning. Last season, he played in 7 games, completing nearly 68% of his throws for 939 yards and 9 touchdowns while adding 4 more scores on the ground. His ability to stretch the field vertically, combined with his mobility, makes him one of the toughest quarterbacks in college football to defend. Even with only 4 starters back on offense, the Longhorns' efficiency, quarterback play, and depth across the roster keep them firmly in the national title picture. The Ohio State Buckeyes' Ryan Day's program is fresh off a 14-2 campaign that ended with a win over Notre Dame in the national championship. Ohio State remains loaded despite losing a wave of NFL-level talent. Their 2024 offense was ruthless, ranked third in the nation behind an accurate passing game and explosive rushing attack. They averaged over 3 points per drive and were nearly unstoppable in the red zone. The key question heading into 2025 is how new quarterback Julian Sayin will handle the spotlight. Luckily, he has a star target in Jeremiah Smith. As a true freshman, Smith racked up 70 catches for 1,224 yards and 14 touchdowns. He's a threat at every level of the field. On defense, the Buckeyes were even more impressive. They finished first nationally in SP Plus and allowed just over 4 yards per play. Teams struggled to move the ball through the air, averaging only 4.5 yards per dropback, and Ohio State thrived at creating pressure while still limiting red zone touchdowns. Safety Caleb Downs is the anchor of the secondary. His tackling efficiency and coverage metrics were elite, and he's the kind of defender who erases mistakes before they turn into big plays. So, what does all this mean for Saturday? Texas brings the most talented quarterback in the nation, an aggressive defensive front, and momentum as the preseason number one team. Ohio State counters with the reigning champs, a proven head coach, the best defense in the country, and an emerging star wideout. It's strength versus strength. Texas will need to protect Arch Manning from Ohio State's relentless pass rush. Meanwhile, the Buckeyes' offense must find rhythm with new personnel against a defense that thrives on takeaways. Whichever team wins the battle up front will likely control the game, and perhaps the narrative for the entire season. Before we wrap up, let's get into my best bets. I like the under in the first half. Tough place to come into and throw the ball around. I think Texas tries to play it conservative, and Ohio State is starting someone who has never played in a game before. They will want him to get comfortable in a top 5 matchup to start his career. That's your preview of Texas versus Ohio State, a clash that feels less like an opener and more like a playoff game in late August. The winner not only gets bragging rights, but also an inside track toward another trip to the college football playoff.